Okay, today we're talking about 5.3. We're talking about the x and y intercepts. What the x and y intercept is where they cross the x and y axis. So in this graph here, we have an x-intercept right there because that's where the line intercepts the x-axis. Remember, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So if we wanted to name this point, we would know that it's x equals whatever x value is, and the y value equals 0 because we don't go up or down. The y-intercept is at 0 and y. So looking at this graph here, if we wanted to find, just by looking at the graph, what the x and y-intercept is, I can find the x-intercept by looking at my x value. Here's my point that I want. That's where it crosses the x-axis. So my x value is at 2 and my y is at 0. Okay, so looking at this next, the y-intercept is going to be x will be 0 because I don't go left or right and I go up 3. So this would be 3. Notice how I labeled my x-intercept and my y-intercept. And our x-intercept always has a y of 0 and our y-intercept always has an x of 0. So let's look at some equations and find our x and y-intercepts. So we want to find the x and y intercepts, if they exist. And we want to graph it. Okay? So looking at this here, it tells us how we're going to find two of our points. Two of our points are the x and y intercept. We know that the x-intercept has an x value and a y value of 0. We know that the y-intercept has a x value of 0 and then a y value. So I know that I can plug 0 in for y and get my x-intercept. So let's do that. X minus 0 equals -4. X equals -4. So I have a -4 and I know that my point is -4, 0. Now I want to find my y value, so I can plug x0 in for x. 0 minus y equals -4. Divide by the -1. Y equals a +4. So then I put the 4 in. Okay, so then I'm going to graph it. I need to go to the left 4 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0. And then I need to go the y-intercept and go 0, left to right, and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I carefully, with a straight edge, if I have one, try to draw this. Oh, that was pretty bad. But you get the point. Okay? All right, let's do one more. X equals 2y. We're going to find the x-intercept, which is something and 0, and the y-intercept, which is 0 something. Okay, so I'm going to plug a 0 in for my y, and I get x equals 2 times 0, or x equals 0. Okay, my x-intercept is 0, 0. My y-intercept, I put a 0 in for x, and 2 times y, I solve for y, and I get, 0 equals y. So my x and y-intercept are 0, 0. How am I going to graph this? If I drew my graph, my x and y-intercept are right there. I can't draw a line from that. I have to choose a third point. This is where choosing a third point comes in. So I can pick any point, pick anything that's easy for you. For instance, I might pick x equals 4. So 4 something. So I put 4 equals 2y, divide by 2. I get 2 equals y. So my second point would be 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I graph it there, and then I draw my line. So sometimes you need to find that third point to make sure that you can graph it. Okay, one more, and then we'll go to another topic. Okay, once again, we're still graphing this by finding the x and y intercepts. The x-intercept is always going to be x and y is 0. Y-intercept is always going to be x is 0 and y. So I can plug these in. Y equals negative 1/4 times 0 minus 4. Y equals negative 4. That's my y-intercept, negative 4. 0 equals negative 1/4 x minus 4. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. And I'm going to multiply by negative 4 to get negative 16 equals x. Negative 16. And then we would graph it. 0, negative 4. 0, negative 16. And we have our graph. Okay? So that is 5.3. Now I have a couple more, but we'll put them in another video. So that's 5.3 about how to graph the x and y intercepts.